Hi, my name is Cami. Welcome to my channel. We're currently calling it Let's Have a Day. That might change because this is all new. Not sure if you can tell if you've watched any of the other videos or this one, but I'm not going for super high production values. I'm not going for anything slick at all. I just want to be able to put out 5 or 10 minutes a day to talk about how I'm planning my day, and then a little bit of accountability for myself. And if any of that's useful to anybody, maybe we could plan together. I'll say what I'm thinking, and you can plan along with me. I also occasionally have what I call words of wisdom coming from a long life of learning how to deal with my mental illness, which is anxiety, depression, bipolar C, I guess it's called. The anxiety has been especially high lately, and I can talk about more of that later. Right now, let's do a check-in. In my journal that I've made for myself, I usually put down the date and the time, and I put the weather, which today is mostly cloudy and minus 10 degrees. It's cold. Probably won't affect me that much because I don't go outside that much. That's my way. I don't like going outside right now. How am I doing right now? I would say good or midline. I woke up, at a good time this morning, and I think I would be feeling a lot better if it weren't inauguration day. I'm feeling quite glum about that. Yeah, I don't know how much I need to say about that. Anyhow, my focus today is to try to stay positive despite the disaster of this inauguration. And my other focus today is not spend any time doom scrolling or playing mindless games on my phone. I'm really trying to minimize or cut that stuff out in order to be more present in my life as opposed to just trying to get away from everything that I might be thinking about. So, my affirmation for today is that my mental illness does not define me. I deserve to live an uncluttered life. I deserve to live in an uncluttered space, is what it actually says, which speaks to my desire to get my area much more organized. And so that's kind of like my morning check-in. I'm going to switch over here to some of the notes that I wrote for today. So what I wanted to talk about today, and it's especially apt for that, is a motto that I kind of live by. And I sort of took it up a couple of years ago when I realized that I had to stop worrying and being angst-ridden over things I can't control. So what I've learned to do is when it all gets to be moving too much in my brain, and it's just stuff I can't control and I'm worrying, I just stop and I say, accept what is and breathe deeply. It's pretty simple in its wording, not always that easy to do, but what I can say is that once you start doing it, it becomes easier as you go along to take it to stop whatever is roiling about in your brain. Just stop and say, okay, there are very few things I can do right this minute, so I'm going to accept what is. Okay, I'm not going to fight against it. I'm not going to argue that it should be another way, even if it should. I'm just going to accept what is. I'm going to take a deep breath, and then I'm going to look at my situation again. Sometimes the act of just letting go, of just accepting what is, clears your mind of all the things. I mean, you might be spending a lot of time in your mind thinking about, well, I could have done this, or I should have done that, or it shouldn't be this way, or that's not fair, or whatever. And all of those things, yeah, they're valid topics to think about, but they're really, a lot of stuff is out of your control, right? You've already done it. You've already said it. Yes, it's not fair. I actually believe that fair is a concept that humans made up. It's not real. I mean, There's no service desk of life that you can go to and complain that something wasn't fair. It just wasn't fair. That's it. Sucks. Sorry. Accept what is and breathe. And for me, one of the things that I'm always feeling anxious about and having to stop myself and accept is about the direction that the country is taking. I don't like it. I mean, I suppose someday I might get into the details of why I don't like it. My political views are uber progressive, all the way over to as progressive as you can get. And there's no thing in our current system of government that represents that. I believe that people are valid. All people are valid, and they deserve, if we live in the richest country in the world, why do we have people who are suffering? I also believe that income disparity is one of the worst things that has happened ever. And why are some people so rich and other people have nothing? It really bothers me. Some of that has to do with politics, some of that has to do with human nature, but the bottom line in terms of what we're talking about today is that there's only so much I can do about it at a given moment. And if my brain is going nuts, trying to fix it, trying to make things different or better, or thinking about how it could be different or better, or thinking about how unfair it all is, then I can't move forward. And moving forward may have some space to do something that will make things better in the future. Okay? I'm not saying this approach is going to work for everybody, because some things really are not fair, and I am speaking from a place of privilege. Let's be very honest. I'm a white woman who has means to have most of what I want or need, and so I know I'm privileged, and other people's lives are much different than that, and the unfairness of what's happening in our country and has been happening, well, since its inception, really affects other people disproportionately. And so, I am aware of my privilege. Going back to, there's only so much that I can affect. There's only so much that I can affect right now in this moment. Stop overthinking. Focus on the here and the now. Try to affect the present. And once I do that, once I accept what is and take a deep breath, my mind can I can start thinking about what I could do to make things better in the future. How I can avoid making a mistake, maybe something I regret. Maybe I can stop and think about it a little more clearly and be like, actually, that wasn't so bad. It's okay. And like I said, once you are able to accept, take a deep breath, this is what it is today, you're able to move forward. And we can talk more at a different time about what it means to move forward, at least what it means to me. I think that's about enough for today. Remember, stop, accept what is, and breathe. I hope you have a great day. Take care.